Die interviewstijl, het is interviewstijl.
Het is interviewstijl. Maar dat is interviewstijl. Vandaar moeten we niet naar de camera kijken.
Ja, oké, ja. Well, hello there, and thank you for clicking on my video, because I'm currently attending a community event. I'm attending a community event of the Belgian Microsoft Cloud and Security community. This is a community that is hosted in Belgium and active in Belgium and talks about Microsoft security, Microsoft technology and its whole, and tries to bring people together to exchange their experiences. So let me take you around. Okay, so I'm standing here right here with Michael van Horenbeeck. You are the community host, community leader, the organizer. Could you explain to me what is the Belgian Microsoft Cloud and Security community?
So it's actually the evolution of a community that has existed for a very long time. So we started out about 15 years ago as ProExchange. Back then it was Ilse van Kriekingen, who is now with Microsoft, or has been for a while, that started the community with lots of folks in there. I joined them because Exchange was my expertise back then. And then through the years, we evolved from being ProExchange to Pro Office 365 to the Belgian communities to the Belgian cloud and security communities. As technology evolved, so did the user group. But the goal is and has been the same for a while: bring like-minded people together, host events, mainly in-person events, in order to talk about technology, mainly focused around Microsoft's cloud and Microsoft security solutions, but just bring people together, inform them about what's new technically, and have fun while doing so.
Okay, and how often do you organize these kind of events?
So it took us a little bit of time after the whole COVID thing to get ramped up again. And our goal is to do at least between 8 and 10 events a year. Some smaller, some larger ones. So every other month and a half, with exception during the summer month that we're not going to do any events.
Yeah. Okay. And today. Could you give them a small teaser of what were the subjects of today? Did you talk as well? Yeah, I assume.
I had my first talk. So, like every year, we host some sort of Best of Ignite event where we recap the most important, the best news that was delivered by Microsoft at the Microsoft Ignite event. Depending on what was discussed and what was available, or what was announced, I would say, we can do a deep dive in one of the topics or just keep it high level. Today, we kept it high level because the number of security-related announcements were not that huge. It's a little bit of a, how should I say, re-announcement of other stuff. But there's been other sessions, like a colleague of mine delivered a session on the Mitre attack framework, and then we have right now a session on best practices around conditional access going on.
Okay. And maybe as a finisher, when is the next session planned? If people are interested to come to your next session or event rather from the community?
So we don't have a fixed date yet. We're planning towards the end of January. The best guidance I could give someone is to join the community. It's on Meetup. So it's the Belgian Cloud and Security community. And then as soon as you sign up, as soon as we announce an event, whenever it will be, end of January, beginning of February, you'll automatically get an email or get an announcement. And then it's up to you to RSVP to the event, whether you'll be able to join us or not.
And maybe one last question popped up in my mind. What if somebody who watched this video or saw your event pass by and say hey, I have something to share. Are there any requirements? What do they need to do in order to be capable of presenting on one of the cloud community events?
So another thing, actually it's a really important thing that I didn't mention. Community is about giving people the opportunity to talk, right? I'm a big proponent of trying to not speak every time myself. Even though that in the past it's been, a little bit of Micah talking. I really hope that people get inspired of the talks we provide, and that they want to try and step up and maybe have their first public speaking experience. And it's a great way to do so because you're in a non-judgmental environment. People are very open. It's a smaller group, and you can share your experiences, and you'll get lots of great feedback. So if anyone is willing to have a talk, is willing to start public speaking on anything cloud related, cloud or security related, then they're more than welcome to reach out on Twitter, email, on the community. We're always looking for new talent.
Perfect. All right. Thank you very much, Michael.
Yeah.
I'll see you next time.
My pleasure. See you next time.
Thank you. All right, Robbe, you just gave an excellent talk. I just saw it, but what if I missed it? What did I miss? What did you talk about?
So I talked about how blue teamers can use the attack framework and to see what the relevant TTPs are they need to defend against from.
A TTP is?
A technique, tactic, technique and procedure,
okay,
actually. So what the relevant TTPs are for their team. Also, how they can map their current detection coverage to the attack framework and then do a gap analysis where they will need to focus on in the next weeks or something.
Okay. And during your session, I saw you went hands down, you went to your laptop, did demos. I saw the Mitre attack website, but I also saw some kind of tooling. What was that tool?
Well, it's a tool I created to actually help you automate and export your analytic rules in Sentinel, for example, and plot it to the attack framework so you can see what your current detection coverage is actually on the attack navigator.
Okay. And if I'm interested in the tool, I want to play around it. Where do I go?
You can go to my blogging website, being hybridbrothers.com. There you will find a couple of blog posts which I already talked about. And if you really want to know more about the attack framework itself, I highly recommend the free courses on Attack IQ.
Okay. And maybe, let's say my company, I don't do anything yet with Mitre and Attack and with those frameworks. If you would give me one tip, where do I start? What would be your best recommendation?
I think the best one would be to start with the Attack IQ because they really give you some learning paths, being basic, more advanced, etc., where you can choose all the relevant parts of Attack IQ and learn more about the specific parts you are interested in.
All right, interesting. All right, Robbe, thank you very much for your expertise. I saw a lot of people who were impressed by your detail and deep knowledge about the framework, so hands-on on that. And thank you very much for your session.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. All right, Raf, you just gave an excellent session about conditional access.
Thank you.
If I wasn't there, if I missed it, what did I miss?
Well, you missed, I think, a good overview of how we normally approach, and first of all, what conditional access is and how it works. Some of the pitfalls you have to be aware of conditional access, but also some methodology we use already since a long time on how to design conditional access, especially with zero trust principles. So you would have a good lockdown environment, knowing for sure that there are no gaps within your conditional access design, which is very important, just to make sure that you have a well and good designed conditional access setup overall.
Yeah. Okay. And I saw in the public that a lot of people were asking questions. Do you believe that conditional access is still a hot item within the companies?
It remains. It's something that is there to stay because it's a bit like the firewalls. They're not going to go away. They're still there, even if you have zero trust concept over networks and so on. Zero trust doesn't mean, that you don't have to have security technology anymore. So conditional access is one of the fundamentals. It brings together all the different elements of the Microsoft platform. So the user, the authentication methods, how strong authentication is, if the device is trusted, managed or not, and so on.
Because Microsoft isn't standing still. Like they're pushing us to do the right things, if I'm correct.
Yes, but you will see that more and more of the new stuff that comes out, like global secure access and so on, they also plug into this conditional access model. So also there, you will see that they have specific new features in there, specifically designed around global secure access, which is then a new thing that came up, but will piggyback on that existing somewhat older technology, but it will stay in place there. So it's really fundamental good security in Enter ID.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, conditional access is here to stay and to evolve
Forever.
wherever infrastructure goes.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much
No
for
problem.
an interesting session. I hope to see you again on another event.
We'll do that.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thanks.
All right, the evening has come to an end and people are still chit-chatting, sharing experience while they're having a sandwich or drinking a beer. But to conclude this evening, I have to say I have learned a lot. I've attended 3 sessions about Ignite, about Mitre and Attack, about conditional access, and these people were passionate about the things they were talking about. They had a lot of experience and they were willing to openly share their experience with the people attending it. And the fun thing is, even though there's a very interesting speaker there, the community, the people who are attending the session are also openly willing to share their experience. At the end of each session, there is a small Q&A. People start asking questions. People are sharing experiences, things they encountered, things they say, oh, don't do that, we encountered that. And it's very, very valuable. You basically get the experience of 20 people in one room for 1 hour on a specific subject. I mean, this spiked my interest, spiked my inspiration, and spiked my knowledge. So attending these events is very, very valuable. And you're building up a network. I'm making a lot of friends here. So these events, I would really, really recommend it. So if you're looking for a next event to attend, well, I can only say, maybe you can go to MC2MC. It's on the 19th of December. It's going to be organized in the main HQ of Microsoft in Zaventem, where they will be hosting again, I think 2 to 3 sessions, I think there are 3 sessions there, about also Microsoft technology, endpoint related, security related, I don't know, but I'll put the website and the link here underneath me, so you can visit and look at their page. So on the 19th December, I might run into you, and I really hope to see you there, because these events are really worth it. And thank you very much for watching.